Hi friends! So for today's activity, we are going to learn about the life cycle of a plant. And I thought, you know what? We have been talking about plants for a few weeks now. We planted our own seeds, and some of you have already transferred your seed plant into a pot or outside in the ground. So I figured, you know what? Let's learn a little bit more about how the plant grows. So if you can please go on Epic and listen to the story Plant Life Cycles with your families. After you've listened to the story, I want you to discuss with your families what you think happened to the plant. Where did it start? What happened to your seeds after you've planted them? What happened next? Once you've gone through the story a few times and learned about how the plant grows, now it's for the fun part. Now we're going to create our own model of the way you think a plant grows, the life cycle of a plant. So you can use just plain white piece of paper. You can use a paper plate. You can use a cardboard box, anything you have lying around. Doesn't need to be a paper. Once you thought out what you're going to draw your picture on, you can think of how you're going to make your model. You can draw it. You can use Play-Doh to create your picture. You can use Lego pieces to create your picture. Maybe some material like pom-poms or pipe cleaners, whatever you have lying around at home. I decided I wanted to create my picture using Play-Doh. So I'm going to show you what I've done so far. I have my paper, and on the top of my paper I wrote life cycle of a plant, and I divided my paper up into 4 squares. You can have more than 4 squares if you would like, but I thought it's easier to just have 4. So after you've created your 4 squares, you're going to draw pictures or make pictures of what you think happens first, next, then, and last. How your plant grows. So the very first thing that you would need to plant a plant is a seed. You can't have a plant without a seed. So that should be everybody's first picture, is a seed. And another thing with the plant, the very last thing that we need in our plant cycle is to see an adult plant. Now, a plant, I decided I wanted to do an adult flower plant. You don't need to do a flower plant if you don't want to. You can be making the life cycle of a tree or the life cycle of a tomato plant. It doesn't always have to have a flower at the end. I wanted mine to have a flower at the end. So once you've created your picture, you're going to label which picture came first, next, then, and last. SKs, if you would like to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can write simple small sentences explaining each picture. So for example, first I plant my seed. Then my seed grew a sprout. Your sentences don't have to be like mine. You can be creative and think of other ways of talking about your life cycle. I can't wait to see and hear all about your life cycle of your plant. Remember to always have fun. Take care.